snowed in, which means it's time to stay inside and do arts and crafts all day. I picked up a Professor Sonia cosplay, and I plan on wearing it to the next con I'm attending for a solo photo shoot. And it needs just a little bit of TLC before I can be presentable enough for my personal standards. The outfit itself is fine. I tried it all on ages ago, and I wear the pieces like in regular rotation with normal outfits. They are completely fine. It's her that needs a little bit of work. So yeah, my goal for this week is to make this look a little closer to canon. I don't know how close I'm gonna get because my wig styling skills are still subpar in my IMO. So, game plan is base, then ponytail, then accessories. I can't do both of these at once because, as you can see, gravity. Before I did anything to this wig, I washed it off camera with a bunch of other wigs that needed washing and then brushed the whole thing out. I really liked how smooth this feels, and even though it will never reach this level of smoothness again, I appreciated it while it lasted. Sonia's bangs do this swoopy thing, so I sectioned out the part of the bangs that I wanted to spike upwards. These are the only clips I have. I'll just section it like that for now, I guess. Then came multiple minutes in a row of teasing. I haven't teased a wig in a hot minute, so the fact that I remembered how to do it, I'm very proud of myself. And I must have done it really well because everything stayed upright in that position for as long as I needed it to. Then once it was the volume that I wanted it to be, I went and hairsprayed it and waited for it to dry. I also used the hairspray to shape the spike, and I had to hold it up in place for a really, really, really long time. Once I was out of holding up the bangs hell, I could brush the top layer over to smooth it all out. Gonna be real with you for a second. For the longest time, I had no idea how people could make those gravity-defying wig styles with just a little bit of teasing and hairspray. I still cannot say that I've mastered it, but after practicing so many times and finally doing something a little more complicated, I think I have a pretty good grip on it. Look at those bangs. In the interest of stability, I have taken apart my tripod and did this with it. This is where we stand right now. It's ponytail time. Cool. What if I put it over? That doesn't help much. I mean, it's staying. Yeah, for whatever reason, the ponytail just didn't want to clip to the base or the wig head. I guess there wasn't enough grip for it, so I did all of the brushing out and styling on the leg of my tripod. Look at all that junk. The ponytail is now nice and smooth and tangle-free. However, it doesn't have the volume or texture that I want it to. So I took out a curling iron, and after a test curl that wasn't the greatest, I'm not very good at using a curling iron for whatever reason, not even on real hair, I curled the entire wig. I don't have a lot of commentary for this part. I just held individual wefts of hair in place for like 10 to 20 seconds, and when I felt that they had enough heat in them to maintain a shape, I took the iron away. This only worked about 75% of the time, which I will say is better than what I expected from previous experience. Here's the time lapse. I went layer by layer for this because it was much easier than trying to dig for all of the lower wefts. I don't know why I didn't do that for the first third of this. As you can see, a good chunk was already curled before I realized, hey, maybe there is an easier way to do this, as I tend to do with these kinds of things. Anyways, And there she is in all of her newly curled glory. Those ringlets weren't exactly what I was looking for either, so I gently picked them out to create looser curls and waves. And then the ponytail was finally done, and much better than I expected it to be. I am very proud of myself here.
This is now a 2-day project instead of 1, which is kind of annoying, but we ball. All that I have left to do is make Sonia's little heart hair clips, and the cosplay I bought came with 2 already. That's just glitter foam hot glued onto some bobby pins. Oh my gosh, why can't I think? And obviously I have bobby pins because what person doesn't? And conveniently enough, I have the exact same foam. So this should not be hard at all. I'm gonna have to unplug my light in a second to allow my hot glue gun to heat up though. So we're gonna get slightly darker.
Because I already had 2 pins, I only made 3, and I did this by tracing the shape of the hearts that were already cut. And then I just went and cut them all out, which I got absolutely 0 footage of because I couldn't see, and I had to move them into a brighter area to make sure I was cutting out all of the lines correctly. This setup was not one of my best moves, but I got what I wanted out of it, so task failed successfully, I guess? To fasten the foam to the bobby pins, all I needed was to put a huge dollop of glue on the back and then stick the pin in and hold it upright until it dried enough to stay that way on its own. This was a very messy process and I had to cut a lot of those dried glue strings that you get off at the end, but it worked. I didn't think it was going to, and I thought, the original cosplayer had to have done something to make those stay better. But no, it was as easy as just a mountain of glue. And it turned out so... it worked. It stays in the hair. What kind of witchcraft is this? Wow. Anyways, I had 5 now. And with that, the wig was basically done. All I had to do was slide in the pins where I wanted to on the hair. I was a little worried that with the curls, the pins weren't going to stay as neatly as they did when I first bought the wig, but they did. Just fine. As I say again, witchcraft! I have no idea how that worked so well, but it did. And then the whole cosplay was done. Well, except for one thing. The sunglasses. This is just a pair of sunglasses that I own, and they didn't really want to stay on my head, and they also wouldn't stay locked into the wig like they would a person's hair, so I just left them out until I had to put them on with the rest of the outfit. I feel so cute in this costume. I'm still not sure what I'm doing with the makeup, but I think it's adorable. Okay, that's all. See ya.